some harmony. We'll take the world together, we'll take them by the hand. 'Cause I've got a hand for you. 'Cause I wanna run with you. Want you to hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. Hold my hand. We're going to my pleasant. Hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. 'Cause I wanna be the best, the best that I am. 'Cause I got a hand for you. Want you to hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. Hold my hand. We're going to my pleasant. Hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. 'Cause I want to be the best, the best that I am.
Mount Pleasant, welcome. Are you ready?
Yes, sir, I believe we are ready.
Proceed.
Hello, and thank you, members of the All-America City, for inviting us to tell you our story today. I am Ken Ayub, retired Recreation Director for the town, here to take you on a journey spanning several bridges and many people. We are the town of Mount Pleasant! Sitting on a front porch, sipping on a glass of cold, sweet tea on a balmy afternoon, there's a lot to see in the low country. Kids are riding their bikes home from school. A flock of pelicans swoop low over the low salt marsh. Startled redfish swim away, rippling the water above. Can you feel the Atlantic breeze? Can you hear the seagulls following the trawler loaded with shrimp back to the creek? I can smell the brackish bluff mud at low tide, the smell of the ocean and the salt in the air. It connects everyone in our town.
When we became one of the fastest growing communities in the nation, an unprecedented influx of new residents brought new challenges to our coastal town. We had to preserve our quality of life for all our residents, old and new, and we had to communicate in new ways that were welcoming and inclusive. And this is our story.
'Cause I've got a hand for you. Want you to hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. Hold my hand. We're going to Mount Pleasant. Hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. 'Cause I want to be the best, the best that I am.
It is more than just water under the bridge. Since the 1700s, our beloved Shem Creek has been a busy working place for trawlers and crabbers. Over the years, however, a dwindling fleet, decay in infrastructure, and diminishing water quality has threatened the town's gateway to the Atlantic.
I grew up on the creek and have had my business there for many years. When town leaders approached me to preserve and enhance Shem Creek, I was on board. I gave the town an easement to my property to extend public boardwalks, as did some of my colleagues. Over the years, our partnership was rarely found as we have it today.
This is my favorite place to be any time of the day. I put my kayak in next to the seafood place, and I paddle along the new boardwalks greeted by dolphins and pelicans. I can see the shrimping trawlers bringing in their catch of the day and unloading them at the new commercial docks. And the restaurants, they echo with the chatter of patrons. This creek is so alive.
It sure has changed. I remember the creek decades ago. It needed help. When local leaders asked me to participate in a committee to help promote and protect the creek, I jumped at the opportunity. I really liked when government worked with local shrimping families and businesses along the creek to secure access to the waterfront for decades to come.
But the town did more than just provide access. They're working on water quality pollution prevention as well. Together with our partners, we're working to eliminate septic tanks along the creek. And just this year, our town stood with us to work on plastic pollution prevention in our waterways. Town council passed an ordinance banning single-use plastic bags and containers. Together, we're making a real difference.
It's all about building bridges and reconnecting people to the creek. It's about wellness, conservation, restoration, and most importantly, collaboration.
'Cause I've got a hand for you. Want you to hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. Hold my hand. We're going to Mount Pleasant. Hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. 'Cause I want to be the best, the best that I am.
Bridging the gap. We're building bridges in Mount Pleasant, physical bridges and emotional ones. Take the Mount Pleasant Planning Department, for example.
They were doing it by the book, launching social media platforms, communicating with the public through new technologies, posting a glut of information. Yet the personal touch was missing, and residents felt disconnected.
This is crazy. There's way too much information here. I simply need a flooding map and need to get permission to remove a tree from my yard. Help!
How can we help you?
I need a tree permit. I'm a landscape architect and I'm starting my own business.
Of course. Let me show you how. And by the way, do you know we have a program for professionals like yourself called Code for Lunch? You can come and learn more about our planning and zoning laws. It's free, lunch is on us, and it's a great way to meet your colleagues.
That sounds great. Where can I sign up? And on a personal note, I'd like to get a flood zone map for my property.
Absolutely. In fact, you should join us at our planning meet and greet next Wednesday evening. We'll cover a wide range of topics, including this and more. And if you'd like to learn even more about the planning process, you can attend our planning college.
Sign me up.
Although we live in a wired society, a personal touch can make a big difference. The planning engagement programs has reached thousands of residents and has received statewide recognition. This face-to-face strategy has built an emotional connection, a bridge between the planning department and the residents it serves.
'Cause I've got a hand for you. Want you to hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. Hold my hand. We're going to Mount Pleasant. Hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. 'Cause I want to be the best, the best that I am.
Bridges, not walls. Building a strong foundation of trust with our residents is at the heart of our healthy community. This is the case of each of our municipal departments, but especially true of our police department.
The department offers successful and engaging programs for people of all ages. Their youth programs have been a great hit with hundreds of community children and have helped build bridges one book and one card at a time.
Hey, Sergeant Malden, how about a selfie and a signature for my buddy card? You're my last signature. I've got the 10 I need.
Great job. You can now redeem your body card at Town Hall for a prize. Was that you helping the guard at the school crosswalk? Here's a gotcha card for doing great work. Don't forget to attend Reading Patrol at Barnes & Noble this Saturday. You can read good books and get free prizes.
The Mount Pleasant Police Department engages with many community-oriented projects and organizations, such as Wake Up Carolina, a nonprofit organization established by one of our residents, Nancy Shipman, who lost her son to the opioid abuse epidemic. We support Nancy's efforts, and we've established a program at the police department that encourages our residents to turn in any unused and unwanted prescription drugs by using our 24-hour drop box.
Thank you, Chief. Your officer support of the Special Olympic athletes and the law enforcement torch run is a huge part of our success. We could not do this without the police officers and the time and effort they give to all our great local causes.
And so our work continues, building bridges of trust, collaboration, but above all else, bridges of unity.
'Cause I've got a hand for you. Want you to hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. Hold my hand. We're going to Mount Pleasant. Hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. 'Cause I want to be the best, the best that I am.
On the night of June 17th, 2015, a lone gunman, fueled by racial hate, walked into Mother Emanuel AME Church in our neighboring city of Charleston, where he killed 9 African-American parishioners while at Bible study. This sent shockwaves across the bridge and across the world. Looking for a way to help, Mount Pleasant residents marshaled the community into action.
We felt compelled to do something. So on Thursday night, a group of Mount Pleasant moms organized a unity chain over the Ravenel Bridge, connecting the people of Charleston to Mount Pleasant.
We wondered how many people we could get to stand together holding hands. The answer to that question was bigger than we could have ever imagined. Immediately, people were like,
I'm in, +5.
I'm in +2.
On Sunday, over 10,000 people showed up. There were so many walkers, we couldn't even make it under the bridge. We just held hands and cried in all of our community.
Unlike other communities engulfed in communities engulfed in riots, similar acts of hate, we heard the calls of peace and healing. We formed a unity chain on the Ravenel Bridge and held hands. Our message was a message of hope and a symbol of incredible power of love over hate.
'Cause I've got a hand for you. Want you to hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. Hold my hand. We're going to Mount Pleasant. Hold my hand. Want you to hold my hand. 'Cause I want to be the best that I am.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Will Haney, Mayor of the town of Mount Pleasant, and we want to thank you for joining us on our front porch and for listening to our story. Thank you.